Hello guys, welcome once again. In the last video I have shown you how to use JList in your Eclipse GUI application. In this video I'm going to show you how you can link your JList with the database values and show it in your GUI. So we have been developing this small little project, and in here I'm going to add a JList, and I will just select the JList and make a square here. So to make a JList in your form you need to have this square. Okay, now once you have this JList in here, what you need to do is you can resize your JList according to your requirement. So for example, I want to show the names, all the names in my database table column. I want to show this in the JList. How can I do this? It's easy. So I want to load these names from the database whenever my form loads. So as soon as my form loads, I want to see these values directly, as we have seen in the case of jtable or these combo box. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my source and I will go to the top above my constructor of my class. As you know, the constructor has the same name as your class, so this and this should match. So I will go just above my constructor and I will make a public method. So I will write public void load list. Okay, and it will take no arguments and the method definition, and in here we are going to write the code. So I will just copy my sample code from anywhere, and till now you must have you must remember this, that how I am connecting to the database and how I am preparing the queries. So in this first line what I make is I make the query, and in the second line I make the prepared statement and I pass this query to the connection using prepared statement, and in the third line I execute this query, pst.execute query, and pass the result in this result set, and I go through the result set in a while loop. Right, this I will remove for now, and then I need to close this. So pst dot close. Just remember, if I also don't tell you that you need to close it, you just always remember this. Whenever you create your prepared statement, just don't forget to close this prepared statement and your result set. Okay, so always remember this, even though in the tutorial, in some of the tutorial I forget to write these two lines, but always remember that you need to close these things. Okay, so now we need to load our list with the names, right? So for that we need to define a default model, as we have seen in the last video. So I will just below the declaration of this result set, I will define a default list model, right? Default list model, and this will be like this: DLM for default list model is equal to new default list model, and this will not take a list but only an argument. And then in the while loop, when I have the result, I can use this object default list model to add elements. So I can say dlm dot add elements, and what element I need to add? Whatever I get in the result. So I use this result set object dot get string, get string, and in here as an argument of get string I will pass the name of my column. So I want to populate the name column values, right? So I will just write name as an argument for get string, double quotes, name. Okay, now you have this method, but you are not using this method anywhere, so just copy this method and go to the constructor. As you know, constructor has the same name, and go to the end of the constructor. So this is the starting curly brace, go to the end of the constructor. In here my constructor ends, so just above the end of the constructor just paste this method. And why we are doing this? Because constructor is the first method which is executed whenever you call a class, right? So whenever we call this class, the constructor will be executed, and then this function will also be executed, and then our values will also be loaded. Okay, so run the program, and I don't see anything. Yes, I know why. So I will just go to my method once again, and I forgot to set this model to the list. I'm not setting anywhere this model to some list. So just copy the name of your list, whatever is the name of your list. I select the list and I name it as list name. Okay, so just copy the name of the list, go to the source, and in your load list method you need to populate this. So we have this load list method, and we have created the default list model, but we were not transferring this model to the list. So just copy the name of your list dot. So if this list is not recognized and it will show you an error, that means your list is local inside your constructor. So search for the list wherever you have this list and make it global. And I think you know how to make the list global. So just copy this here, the list declaration, and delete this JList from here. So and leave this name as default, and go at the top of your class wherever your class starts. My class starts here, and just below this you need to declare this list like this as a private member, right? Private member. Okay, so now your list becomes global. If you see this blue, then list is global. Just check once again that this becomes blue also. Okay, so now you have your list, and then you can just go to your method list name dot set model. Okay, set model, and our model is DLM, right? Model is DLM. So once again I will run the program, and you see the values in here, right, in the list. So you have successfully populated all the values which are there in the column inside the list. You can even populate employee ID column values or surname column values or age column values in the list, and the procedure will be same, just you need to change this column name from here. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and bye for now.